There's one truck in my life that I've lusted after ever since I knew it existed. And I found that out in 1993. And I've been looking at this thing since 1994. And this is the dream truck for me. What makes this the dream truck? It's a short wheelbase FJ45 with the short wheelbase bed. It doesn't have that long box bed. It comes out to about here or so. Long box bed says Toyota across it, that traditional Toyota. This has got a fold down just like the FJ40 tail does on the older FJ40s. You can see this is the 60s. Actually, truthfully, most of the FJ45s sent to the US were in the 60s. It's got the round repeaters there on the side. Somebody did a spring over on this sucker. Interesting job. But one of the things I noticed on this, an old friend of mine from back in the 90s used to modify these, and this diff doesn't have a cover on it, the rear diff. And again, like I said, spring over. It's pretty nice, and solid round rear tails. But on the front of this, you can see that it's a spring over. It's got a Saginaw box, but he's got a diff cover. That diff cover looks awfully familiar. It sure looks like a Butch built diff cover, and I sure hope it is, because Butch is no longer with us, but his legacy of fabrication on FJ40s is, I don't know if I would say legendary, but he definitely did beautiful work, and his work was on par with factory quality aesthetics and American ingenuity, you know. This one appears to have a small block in it, and the notch here for the cutout for the power steering lines is that's a common thing. Later on, people kind of figured out, well, they could put on an FJ60 power steering box, and that'll do it. But you can see the shorty headers up there. I'd like to be able to walk up to this gentleman someday and say, name your price, because this is it for me. It has been since I laid my eyes on it. I think I bought my FJ40, I had a 67. I bought that 67 in, I don't know, I think it was 96, somewhere around there. And this is the truck I lust for. So, still has the factory running boards. That's key, although it looks like this is all rotted out. You know, original fenders, uncut rear fenders. Most of the time people hack the shit out of these things and put on aftermarket flares. You can see it's been multiple colors. A little bit of body damage, that's no big deal, but it is riddled with holes from things being mounted all over it and all kinds of stuff. But I am in love. It's got aftermarket buckets in it, and those buckets actually look a lot like the same kind of buckets that Butch used to love to put in these things. Butch Lewis, he was out of Napa off of Soda Canyon Road, and man, that guy could lay some dimes out. His work was beautiful. Yeah, this has all the typical issues. You can see the rot along the rail, especially at the rear here. And I'm sure if this thing were to come apart, this would all be rotten underneath. I really haven't spent a whole lot of time, I don't know, in the past decade or more thinking about these things, but I'd kill for this truck. Truth be known, I'd trade my Tacoma for this truck. I'd trade for this truck in a heartbeat. Yeah. But there it sits. Every once in a while I see it pulled out. It'll be here. The owner got himself a nice, looks like a ZJ80 back there, FZJ80, I'm not sure, but he's got an alu cab up top. That's kind of nice. So anyways, I just thought I'd take a video of this gorgeous thing and share, because I love it. I really do. You know, I didn't even bother to take a peek. I wonder, yeah, okay. Those look like pickup hubs and discs. So those are probably off of a I don't know, 79 to 85 Toyota pickup. Could be 60 series, but more than likely pickup Hilux stuff. Yeah. Good God. Yep, that's it for me, guys.